The Ghana Premier League title race is hot, hotter than the sun. I'm going to delve into that with a very fine gentleman here with us. Gentlemen,
Hi, Jesse.
how be?
Good to see
Who are you? Who are you?
you. Charlie.
Who are you?
Remembering
And the name was
Jesse Uncle.
Jesse Anka.
Yeah.
Jesse Anka, the sports god,
The sports philosopher.
the sports philosopher. Jesse. So Ghana Premier League, right? But before delving into that, before you delve into that, as I said, don't forget to like the video. This is a new project, and I'm doing that with you. You help me do this. I help you with excellent analysis. I help you understand the game proper with my guests and a lot more. So that is that. Like, share, subscribe. Let us know your thoughts in the comment section. Where are you watching us from? Let us know that. Also in the comment section, we really appreciate that over there. Let's go back to Jesse and continue the conversation. Jesse. So as I said, the Ghana Premier League title is very, very hot. We mostly don't get something like this. At the point in time, 6 teams were all in position to win the Ghana Premier League. But now, I think it's trimmed to about four, but mainly two teams, right? Kotoko is leading the league currently with 46 points. Binigo Stars second with 44. And then there's 42 for Nations FC. And Heart of Lions comes and Heart of Lions with 40, I understand. How many teams are contending for the title in the first?
I think the teams depends on.
All these 5 teams.
Yeah. Heart of Hope is fifth. Asante Kotoko has 46 points. It's just 6 points. Clear of Heart of Hope. Anybody from these top 6 teams has the opportunity to win the league. And I believe that it's quite a title race to look out for. It's quite a title race. But from my personal assessment, I was trying to possibly to stay away from personal assertions and do critical analysis. But for my personal assertion, I believe these teams have not lived up to expectations.
All the 5.
Yes, they haven't. They haven't. As a quality league, and they haven't lived up to that expectation.
But when the season started, when we were asked to predict the teams we expect to be competing for the title, which of these teams were bad?
I'm Asante Kotoko, Accra Heart of Oak,
Okay,
Nations FC,
okay.
and Mediama.
And they are not here.
They are not there.
Okay.
And possibly I was looking at if Dreams FC can come with something stronger.
And
But
they are still dreaming.
they are not there.
They are
So
still
these
dreaming.
were the teams that I was looking at. So they are still dreaming.
So I'm saying that between Go Stars and then Heart of Lions have surprised.
Yes. It has been quite shocking for me, especially if you look at how BBN Blue Stars started this excellent display of football in LA. I think I must say I'm quite impressed with BBN Blue Stars and Bamboo Hearts of Lions. I didn't expect them to come this far. If you look at the Ghana Premier League 5 years back, you realize that it is not so predictable. Looking at the people or the teams that stay in the top 4, and I look at it from a positive perspective that everyone is working hard to get to the top. So if it's like that and it's not static, just like you see Manchester City, Liverpool, Arsenal, Manchester United, all these teams be consistent in their leagues in the top 4, I think it's a good thing to rise on that.
Okay, but then Jesse, we've had 4 different winners with Ghana Premier League in the past 4 seasons.
Great.
Summertex, the most recent, Mediana Sporting Club, all in the western region of Ghana. We had Kotoko and then Heart of Oak. 4 different winners. Are we going to get a 5th different winner? Or a 3rd consecutive time a team from the western region is winning?
I mean, it's possible. It's possible. Looking at, I said earlier on that it gives a positive indication that everyone is working. So if you look at the point gap between Heart of Oak and Beginning Good Stars, anything can happen.
That's 4 points.
Yes, just 4 points. If you look at the point gap between Heart of Oak and Nations FC, who haven't been so lucky in their past 3 seasons, they can also do something and get to the top there. And even Heart of Oak and Brando Heart of Lion. This race is anybody's race. Yeah.
Well, but then just if a team wants to win the Ghana Premier League, if these 4 teams want to win the Ghana Premier League, let's talk about what they need to do to win. And after that, we throw it down to the team that is most favorite to win. What do they need to get? What do they need to do? What are the things they need to do, put in place to win the Ghana Premier League?
I hope I'll be able to avoid personal assertions But I believe one of the major things that teams need to win is consistency in quality in the results. You need that consistency to be able to win the Ghana Premier League.
So if you mention a factor, you talk about things.
No problem.
Consistency.
Consistency. When you go to England, I don't want to do so much comparison, but then these are the people who understand football. So if you want to learn, you learn from the best. When you go to England, teams like Manchester City having 6 match winning streak, 7 matches winning streak, 8 matches winning streak. Man City has its worst season to be this season, one of its worst seasons to be this season. And I can, apart from Pep's first season. Exactly. But I can confidently tell you that they can boast of 6 game winning streaks and even above. Who is on top of the league? Kotoko. Their highest winning streak is 4. That doesn't talk about consistency. Second, Vivian Boosters, I think 3. Pando Hearts of Lions. I think they are 4 times. They've done it twice. I think Nations FC too are doing something.
They are inconsistently consistent.
Same with Hearts of Oak. So Hearts of Oak, they never. Exactly. So what runs through is the inconsistency, and then that is why I say that when I want to talk about my personal session associated to the Ghana final, we wouldn't like it so much. I believe there's something that we are not doing right. For teams to perform and then fall off, I think it's not a good indication for me. So for consistency, they all lack consistency. But for those who have taken the opportunity to be on a 4 winning streak like Asante Kotoko, I think they have been most consistent for me as we speak now.
And the next factor,
I want to look at defensive stability or solidity and then clinical finishing.
So the defense stability, are we looking at the goals the teams have considered?
Let's look at clean sheets. Okay. Let's look at clean sheets. To be able to win, you have to make sure that you are not conceding to yeah.
And that brought down clean sheets.
Exactly. When you look at Kotoko's clean sheet, I think they have about 12 clean sheets. I think it's quite impressive for Kotoko. It's not
after 25 years.
Yes, it's not bad. I mean, looking at the level of our Ghana Premier League, we will take it that way. If you look at House of Hook with the clinical or the great Benjamin Asari who comes to the party for them. Senior, exactly. The Black Stars man. So you see, he has also kept about 13 clean sheets. And if you look at the top 5 teams, all of them have kept between 12 to 14 clean sheets. I think it's quite impressive. For me now, because when you go to Europe, day in and day out, teams are conceding each and every day. So if you have a team, a Premier League that the top 5 teams, 14 clean sheets, 12 clean sheets, 13 clean sheets, I think it's a little good to write home about. But then, if you want to excel, you need to win the league. If you need to win the league, you need to score goals. So it brings me to the finishing and the clinical finishing. This is a problem in our part of the world. We are not scoring goals. I think currently Asante Kotoko is averaging 1.1 goal per game.
1.1 goal. So if you round that up, that is 1 goal per game.
1 goal per game. And this is the team in the top spot of our Ghana Premier League. That's quite sad. You look at the Yeni Goal Stars, 1 goal per game, averaging 1 goal per game. You look at Nations FC, also averaging 1 goal per game. Bangalore Hearts of Lions, 1 goal per game. And I don't want to talk about Accra House of Oak.
I was just about that.
0.8 goals per game average.
Hearts of Oak.
That is bad for a team that is in the top 5. That is not good.
Continental champions.
Yes, 1911, the club that was there.
11.
Exactly. The club that has been able to do the treble. The club that has gone to Africa.
The club that has been able to win the Ghana Premier, I think 5 or 6 times.
That is the team that we are talking about. That should tell you the level of decline of our football and that things are not going on well. So I think clinical finishing is also something that we should write about. But then looking at all these teams, the team that is ahead of all these other teams in terms of finishing is Asante Kotoko. And then they are the top spots over there. If they continue that way with certain pivotal players that they have, and they are going to do much better than they are doing. I also want to talk about the squad quality and then individual brilliance. But I'll center it on individual brilliance. You look at the Asante Kotoko team. Whenever someone needs to come to the party, you have Kwampu come to the party. brilliant lad over there. He has scored the most goals for Asante Kotoko. I think you have to check that this season.
In the league, he has the same number of goals with Albert the other striker. That's 6 each.
And that's great.
But he has other goals in the other competitions.
This is someone that, when things are difficult, can come to the party for you. When we look at the PE boosters, I think Kunyata is also yes, he's doing.
I think he has about 8 goals.
Exactly, he's doing wonderful for the Nations FC. Yes, flies out Chawadi. This guy has been consistent for so many years now, and I believe we need to give him his flowers. We have not
started at Akachi.
Exactly. We have not given him his flowers so much. Accolades go to him, accolades due. This guy has been quite incredible. If you look at Black Stars defender who has cemented his position in the Black Stars, Razak Simpson, also doing great. You watch his recent goal. Yes, I said this goal can contend for the Puskas.
Yeah, he's got another belter. I think when he was invited to the Black Stars,
Right.
The last game before he went to camp, I think it was against a Tiana, Mediama, sorry.
Right.
Yes.
Right.
So it was a free kick, just like the one Mbappe scored. So someone passes the ball, and he just shot it.
These are some of the individual brilliance that you need to win. In football, it's not really that tactics is when you win in games. Sometimes you need players to come through. It has worked for Real Madrid. You realize when tactics is not working, you need Brahim Diaz just come over the and come and do something. Squeeze water out of rocks. And then this is what some of these players need to do in this team. For Hearts of Oak, I think Benjamin Asari has been that man for them. Hamza Isa has not really lived up to expectations for me. I must say. But then I feel it's not his fault. He's a great striker. When you see players are not scoring so much, I feel we shouldn't blame players. First of all, we have to look at the system and as to why they are not producing so many goals. Ouattara is not doing that work that we, the House of Folk fans, are expecting. Yes, so you see the emotion in the way I'm talking.
Pained House of Folk.
Pained House of Folk fans. Ouattara is not living up to expectation.
My camera guy is also it's also a diehard.
Bro, that's 1911, you beat.
A very diehard.
Exactly.
And his favorite player is a striker. He don't like to just he really likes that player.
Great. So I believe that it's all about the system. The system is not working for them to produce goals. And then at the end of the day, it's Benjamin Asari continuously save the day every single time. So I believe all these teams have certain people who can at the end of the day squeeze water out of rocks for them. I also want to look at the chemistry in camp, the euphoria in camp. I think it was a bit left off from Accra Hearts of Oak because of the inconsistency in the performances. But then I realized it came back when I'm not trying to remember viewers of the painful incident that happened with Francis Goli of Asante Kotoko. When he died, you realize that all these people came back and you could see that the support is still there, but then fans are just disappointed with the result. So if you look at all these factors that have been in, some way, somehow, all these teams have bits and pieces of this that can lead them to the trophy glory. That makes it very, very difficult for all these teams to be able to be predictable that these are the ones that are winning the Ghana Premier League. So far so good. It's been an incredible title race. You hope for the best.
Okay, let me add one thing to it. After that, you deliberate on giving the title to one.
Sure.
And when you give the title to that, you're not giving it to that. Let me
sure.
If you give it to that,
no, that's all they won't.
Okay, so for you to win a Ghana Premier League, there's one thing you need to do to have a fortress of the home ground.
Right.
All right. And having a fortress of the home ground, look at the 5 things I'm talking about. Right. And like Hearts of Oak, they played their last game at home. Their first game at home the season again, but still this last. They lost very good, They lost to Libyan Goals and Legon Stadium. Relatively, they lost to Nations FC. They lost 3 times at home. Right? And their home record is not even as good as their away record.
That's true.
So they've lost out on that. Kotoko started in Obuasi. Right? They realized there was a cause for alarm in Obuasi. Right. After losing to Nations and then Heart of Lions in back-to-back home games. They then moved to Kumasi. And since they moved to Kumasi, they played 7 home games. They won all. That's 21 points. Massive. So they have the tick for that.
Right.
There's Nations FC. When you expect Nations FC to get the win in home game, that's when they do their thing. They did against one opponent, they lost at home. a team that wants to win a Ghana player shouldn't be losing to a team like Ghana. And also lost to Chelsea when we all thought they were going to throw the game. So for them, they are not too bad at home. But what it does for them is that they have an excellent or the best away record in Ghana Premier League. What the next BBN Gold Stars? The BBN Gold Stars have almost an excellent record at home. So, irrespective of how bad they perform on the road, when they come back to the BBN dance park, they do all to mine the gold out of everything that presents itself. Yes, they cook you.
Serve you right.
Yes. They cook you very well.
Shout out to Declan Rice.
Yes, Declan Rice. Hi. So, it seems, apart from Heart of Folk, all the other 4 teams, and for Heart of Lions at a point in time from last season have not lost at home. But they lost to Nations FC at home, who is also contending for the title, who are the best away performing team, and they also lost recently to Dreams FC. That in a way takes a pit. In the other 3 home games, they are yet to win.
That's true.
They then drew with Kotoko last weekend. But I think they need to look at that. So currently, I think if you are to bring in the home record, it boils down to Kotoko and True. So let's get back to it. Which team do you think, if you have to arrange the teams top 5, let's name?
BBN Gold Stars.
BBN Gold Stars winning the league.
Yes.
Okay.
Asante Kotoko.
Second.
Nations FC.
Third.
It's quite painful for me because of Nations FC's consistency. Luck comes to play when it comes to football. Then Accra Hearts of Oak.
Fourth. And then Heart of Lions. Okay. This is mine.
Yeah.
This is mine. I expect Kotoko to win the league, right?
Kotoko fan.
Oh no. I'm an Ashanti Gold fan. I'm not a Kotoko fan. I support Ashanti Gold in Ashanti, but I'm going United. Yes. So Kotoko is winning the league to me. BBN Gold Stars second. There will be Nations FC third. Heart of Lions fourth. And that's it. So that's it. Let me know your also in the comment section. Which team or how would you rank the teams at the end of match day 34? Kind of thing again. Thanks so much for joining us on this one. I hope you enjoyed the conversation. If you did, like the video, subscribe to the channel. Let us know your thoughts also in the comment section. If it is bashing, you want to bash us because we didn't say something for your club, bash us. If you want to praise us because we said something for your club, praise us. And we acknowledge that also. Jesse, thanks so much for joining me on this one. We hope to enjoy more of your analysis of your club. Thanks so that was Augustine and Jesse on this one. Think very good of yourself, and I'll see you in the next one.